A cloud of controversy and public outrage has descended on Ogun State following the death of a young man, identified simply as suspects, who allegedly died after being tortured by operatives of the Ogun State Security Network, popularly known as the So Safe Corps. The incident, which reportedly occurred along Coca-Cola Road in the Oju-Ore area, has sparked widespread condemnation from residents and human rights advocates, with many demanding a thorough investigation and justice for the deceased. The tragic developments has once again brought renewed attention to concerns about the abuse of power by security personnel and the dangers of extrajudicial punishments. While authorities have confirmed that some officers have been handed over to the police, the circumstances surrounding suspects' deaths continues to generate intense public debate and calls for accountability. According to information circulating within the community and reports shared on social media, the event that led to suspect's death began with a domestic disagreement involving him, his mother, and his younger brother. During the altercation, suspect was said to have sustained a head injury and was reportedly bleeding. Concerned about the situation, his mother allegedly contacted operatives of the So Safe Corps to intervene. What began as a family dispute, however, reportedly escalated into a tragic incident that ended in the loss of a life. Residents who followed the events said the expectation was that the security operative would help restore order and, if necessary, transfer the matter to the police for proper investigation. Instead, allegations emerged that the officers took actions far beyond their authority, leading to devastating consequences. Details of what happened after success was taken away by the security personnel have become the subject of growing controversy, according to accounts shared by community members and referenced in online posts. The young man was allegedly not taken to a police station or any recognized detention facility. Instead, witnesses claim he was transported to an uncompleted building in the Oju-Ore area, where he was subjected to severe physical assault. Videos and testimonies circulating on social media have fueled public anger, with many questioning why an individual involved in a domestic dispute would be treated in such a manner. Residents expressed shock that a matter that could have been resolved through lawful procedures reportedly ended with allegations of torture and death. As the story spread across social media platforms, demands for justice intensified, with many Nigerians insisting that security personnel must never be allowed to operate outside the boundaries of the law. One of the strongest allegations came from a Facebook user, Temitope Adeniyi, who claimed that the operative beat suspects to death after responding to the complaints made by his mother. According to the account, what should have been a routine intervention became a violent encounter that left the young man dead. Although these claims are still subject to official investigation, they have intensified concerns about the conduct of some security operatives and the need for stronger oversight mechanisms. Community members who spoke about the incident described feelings of anger, sadness, and disbelief, noting that no citizen should lose his life in circumstances involving individuals entrusted with maintaining public safety. Many residents have argued that even if suspect had committed an offense, he was entitled to due process and the protection of his fundamental human rights under the law. The response from the leadership of the So Safe Corps has been swift, with the organization distancing itself from the actions of the officers involved. Speaking during a telephone interview, the spokesperson for the Corps, Adegunwa Adebuyu, confirmed that some personnel connected to the incident had been handed over to the Nigerian police force for investigation and possible prosecution. He stressed that the officers acted outside the established operational guidelines of the organization and that the leadership of the corps does not tolerate human rights abuses. According to him, the officers were expected to report the situation to their superiors and allow lawful procedures to take their course. Instead, they allegedly took matters into their own hands, a decision that has now placed them at the center of a criminal investigation. Adeboye stated that one suspect was handed over to the police immediately, while another was transferred several hours later, adding that the corps was committed to ensuring justice is served. The SoSafe spokesperson further explained that the commandant of the organization, Soji Ganzolu, has repeatedly warned officers against interfering in civil matters or engaging in conduct that violates human rights. He noted that the command places significant emphasis on professionalism, discipline, and respect for the law, and that any officer found guilty of misconduct will face the consequences of their actions. His remarks appeared aimed at reassuring the public that the alleged actions of the officers did not reflect the official policy or values of the security outfits. Nevertheless, the incident has raised broader questions about the training, supervision, and accountability of personnel operating within community-based security organizations. Observers argue that while such outfits play an important role in supporting law enforcement efforts, they must also be held to the same standards of professionalism and respect for human rights expected of other security agencies. As public attention remains focused on the case, many resident and civil society groups are calling for a transparent investigation and swift prosecution of anyone found responsible. Human rights advocates have warned that failure to hold perpetrators accountable could undermine public confidence in security institutions and encourage future abuses. They argue that the rule of law must apply equally to everyone, including those charged with protecting citizens. The incident has also reignited discussions about the need for stronger safeguards against torture and extrajudicial punishments in Nigeria. For the family of success, however, the broader debate offers little comfort as they grapple with the painful loss of a loved one under deeply troubling circumstances. As investigations continue, many Nigerians will be watching closely to see whether justice is delivered and whether lessons from these tragic incidents lead to meaningful reform aimed at preventing similar occurrences in the future. That's all for now on News Express, and if you find this insightful, kindly like, subscribe, and share this video. I'm Chidera Esom. Thank you for watching. Do have a beautiful day.